David Letterman is taking a lot of heat for making a joke about Sarah Palin's daughter getting knocked up by Alex Rodriguez when they went to the Yankee game Sunday. But it was not the older daughter that was at the Yankee game. It was Sarah's 14-year-old daughter, Willow, who was at the game with her. So, they're very upset. The Palins wrote, laughter incited by sexually perverted comments made by a 62-year-old male celebrity aimed at a 14-year-old girl is not only disgusting, but it reminds us some Hollywood, New York entertainers have a long way to go in understanding what the rest of America understands, that acceptance of inappropriate sexual comments about an underage girl who could be anyone's daughter contributes to the atrociously high rate of sexual exploitation of minors by older men who use and abuse others.
Wow. I mean, it's sort of an implication that Letterman is the perv or something there.
Well, it's a bold comment to make, and quite honestly, I mean, when I first heard it, I thought, wow, you know, maybe I was wrong, because I thought he was just being a jerk when he said it. And then when I realized that he had the wrong daughter, I thought, oh, he's not a jerk. He's just being an ignorant jerk to say something like that. And I feel as though he should not get away. He was right to apologize. There should be a real one.
Bristol's always got that baby in her arms. Maybe he thought it was Bristol.
No, maybe what he should have done was whoever wrote the joke for him should have done, because we always talk about doing research, should have found out which daughter it was, because Bristol wasn't there. So it was the 14-year-old.
I'm very fond of David Letterman, so I'm fond of it. I know it, but I'm fond of it. Yes.
I'm not anymore, really, to be honest.
Okay, so let me just speak for myself.
I'm just going to be real. I'm not. I watched him for a long time growing up. Obviously.
Can I speak for myself?
Sure. I just can't pretend that I.
All right. We are not. I said. Excuse me. I said we are all. Joy said all of us. You said we're not. And I can.
Yeah.
Now then, speaking of. Okay.
Okay.
Where was I?
Speaking for yourself.
I like him as a person, and I like him as an entertainer. There is something about talking about anybody's child. I mean, however you feel about Sarah Palin, she is, and the family, they are a devoted family. You can say anything you want about me. We all say this. Don't talk about my child. And that is something that I guess even humorists have to understand.
You don't parade your child out as
doesn't matter.
A poster child for abstinence.
I don't talk about my child.
Because you can believe in abstinence. You can believe in abstinence. But we're all imperfect people, so you can believe in it. Sometimes we fall. Sure. Sometimes you just get caught up in the moment. It does not demean the fact that you believe in abstinence.
This idea of hypocrisy that is being
traipse the kid out as she's a walking punchline.
What do you mean traipse her out? She supported her mother. Wait a minute, we have seen politicians' children with them throughout the course of elections, throughout the course of their presidencies. Yeah. We only see this type of attack when it comes to Sarah Palin's children. And because she had a daughter, because her daughter had a child?
No, it's the hypocrisy.
It is not hypocrisy.
It's not because she has a child.
It is human nature that you can't believe something is right and then have something occur in your family.
And then she gets knocked up. That's the joke.
That is awful, and it's not a joke. That is not a joke. Wait a minute. Hang on. By him,
yes, we like each other very much.
By his
we never argue.
We go with this.
I believe in celibacy, but I'm trying really hard, but I might fall. But I believe in celibacy. It's not a joke.
How then does he make a joke about that? I mean, wouldn't he then be in the same situation with a younger woman himself?
Who?
Letterman?
Who, Letterman?
This is not, no, don't go that far.
I'm saying, why are we judging?
You guys were on point for a second, and now we're way off, and we're lost.
Hypocrisy.
And so the question really is, did it go too far?
Yes.
Because we have sat here and said, don't mess with the kids. Even when they're 18 or 30 or 40, you don't mess with the kids. And so, does he need to make this adjustment? Because he is also a father. He's a father of a son.
But he did.
So he did what? Well, yeah, he did. You want to read it?
Let me see if I can find it.
He did realize that, and as Joy has often, we've often said things to Joy, and Joy says, "Well, we're a comedian. We can say this or that."
I mean, you don't like it. Sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't. You know, and that's the way it goes. These are not jokes made about her 14-year-old daughter," said Letterman. "I would never make jokes about raping or having sex of any description with a 14-year-old girl. Am I guilty of poor taste? Yes. Did I suggest that it was okay for her 14-year-old daughter to be having promiscuous sex? No. There are thousands of jokes I regret telling on this program."
I mean, that is true. We do jokes here.
He regrets I'm not going to congratulate him for apologizing for a tasteless joke beat about one daughter or the other. The fact is, those girls should be off limits. They should be off limits. We've done it for other politicians, and he should have the same rule that applies across
But
the
now,
board.
but here,
Just let me just say something. If you're going to say they should be off limits, which is fine, and I began this discussion saying lay off my children, then don't go on television shows.
Why?
Because if you are either off limits and you respect privacy, or you go on television shows and expose yourself then to comments and publicity.
What about when the Obamas took their children and did an interview on whatever was it, Access Hollywood?
It was 2 minutes, and it was, but it was condemned at that time.
She's trying to help teens. Okay, that's why she's on television.
Wait, you're not listening.
If she wants to help them, she should give them condoms.
Even if she gave them condoms, Joy, she's got to go on TV and talk about it.
But isn't this what we all, again, we have said, you can mess with us, because our children are not public people, they are not on television.
Which is what I
and
said.
Barbara, I was getting ready to just give you. But, but the idea of once you step into the public eye, the idea becomes, as you guys have said to me many times, once you're out there, you're a public person.
She was under attack way before she went on and talked about her abstinence program that she was trying to talk to teens about. She's been under attack.
But the point that we're talking about Letterman. A lot of us were under attack. We're talking about Letterman right now. We're talking about, okay, that's what I wanted to say.
I think it's a double-edged sword. You know, you have Bristol Palin who's pregnant. She's coming out because I've said before, she came out. I've said before, I think that people should let these girls know that it isn't all lollipops and roses when you have a baby as a teenager. So she's coming out. I like it that she's talking to teens. So it is that double-edged sword.